Today we sanded the dark layer on the bottom, sanded it down to sand off the air bubbles on top and to create a layer so we can adhere the clear. We also had to use some compressed air to pop the air bubbles, some compressed air to blow the dust out of the air bubbles and clear all of the dust off of the table, off of the dark layer before we pour the clear. And here we are pouring the clear, and you will see that as we pour it, the dust or the scratches that are in the epoxy just disappear. Any of the remaining air bubbles you could see disappear. We had sanded those flat. The epoxy just fills those, and it looks like you never took sandpaper to it. Now, one thing I should have probably done was sand the wood that you see there, because I ended up pouring, when I pour the next clear layer, it floats over that wood, and but I didn't skim coat it to the point that it's glossy, so it should still adhere just fine. I don't think it's a problem. And then after we pour the rest of the epoxy over everything, now we're going to pop the air bubbles with a torch. So we just lightly take a torch to the air bubbles and they'll disappear. The thing is, I'm going to plane this down to the level of the wood, and you're really not go, even if the air bubbles stay over that wood, you'll never see them because it's all going to get cut away. But nevertheless, I like to pop the air bubbles, so I do it anyway. But I think it's starting to look pretty good. And then the last step is for us to cover this up with a dust cover for the night. And I'm sure I'll be popping bubbles, but here's the final product. And we will see you once this is hard in a few days.